Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about the 10 things I love about my VTR250. Okay, number 1. The first thing I love about this bike is that it looks like a Ducati Monster. In other places they call it the Mini Monster. In Japan they have a nickname for it. It's called the Pocket Monster or Pokemon because it looks like a small Ducati Monster. And rumor has it that the same designer, the designer who designed the Ducati Monster, designed this bike, the VTR250, for Honda. So that's one of the reasons why I love this bike. It's a small version of the Ducati Monster. Number 2, another reason I love this bike is that the engine is so good and so reliable. This engine Honda has been using for years now. My bike is actually like 16, 17 years old, but even in the newer fuel injection model, they are pretty much using the exact same engine. They've used this engine for over 30 years. They've put it inside the Spada, the Zelvis, even a cruiser called the Magna. This V-twin engine is so reliable. They made it so good. They pretty much haven't made any changes on it. They've refined it for over 30 years now. It's a really solid engine, and it will just keep on running. Bike messengers use the VTR250 and other bikes with this engine because it's so reliable, and it just never breaks down. I talked to one bike messenger who ran his bike with this engine for over 400,000 kilometers. So that's Honda reliability and quality build there for you. Number 3, another reason I really like this bike is the riding position is great. I'm 168 centimeters tall, 65 kilos, and I'm your average, slightly vertically challenged Japanese dude. But my legs, and this is the first model, and the seat is not very, it's 76 centimeters off the ground. But the newer models they've made it even lower to make it easy for girls and for other shorter riders. But I find that this is perfect for me. And the riding position is easy for long trips, and if I want to hit the twisties aggressively and go for a spirited ride, I can lean in. So I like that slightly leaned over angle that I'm getting, but at the same time it's not too extreme, so that I can use it as a commuter every day. Okay, number 4. This bike is very flickable and very maneuverable. It's great in the twisties. It loves the twisties, and it's often used in the Moto Gymkhana. If you don't know what the Moto Gymkhana is, check out the link below. You'll see these guys in Japan who know how to flick their bikes around, do 360s, and do all sorts of crazy stuff on their bikes. This is a popular bike at the Moto Gymkhana because it's so flickable. And also, some people will even put full race cows on it and take it to the track. It's that good. Number 5. The low to mid-range torque on this thing is excellent, which makes it a great city bike. Great for in the city, great for commuting. And it's got that even power delivery all the way through, which makes it just an all-round pleasure and joy to ride. There are no surprises, no dips, and no spikes in the power. You just get that nice power right from the beginning all the way through. Got pretty good torque. It has more torque than most of the other 250s out there, and it's got enough top speed to get you in trouble. Okay, number 6. The VTR250 was very popular and still is, so it's really easy to find the parts that you need online for this bike. There are tons of parts on Yahoo Auction Japan, and wheels, brakes, mirrors, all lights, everything you can get for a decent price, even brand new. Number 7, which brings me to the next point. Maintenance is also really cheap on this. For example, when you change the oil, just changing the oil takes 1.9 liters. The next time you change it with the filter, it takes 2.1. So one of those 4-liter cans will last you 2 oil changes. And that's pretty easy to get. The wheels, the tires are really... you can get tires cheap, you can get brakes cheap. It's very, very easy to maintain. It's got 2 spark plugs, like 500 yen each. So easy to change, so cheap to maintain. Number 8. The mileage on this thing is fantastic. I get about an average of 28 kilometers per liter on this bike, and that's me riding mainly country roads, not so much in the city, but I have gotten up to 32 kilometers per liter, and I wasn't really trying to be saving on gas when I got that mileage. In city driving, I have dropped down to about 25 kilometers per liter, but that's still pretty good. That means this 13-liter tank will last me a good deal. I could be riding out all day, maybe 300 plus kilometers, and I still won't need to refill. Okay, number 9. The 9th reason why I love this motorbike is because it's a 250. A 250cc, that's right. In Japan, a 250cc does not need compulsory inspection, which they call shaken here in Japan. Basically, what that does is every 2 years you need to bring it in for inspection, and they charge you about $250 to $500 just to get the inspection and different things done on your bike. With a 250, anything under 250, you do not need to take it to for shaken every 2 years, but you do need to stay on top of the maintenance. So it has its pros and cons, but it is easier all around to maintain this bike. It's easier on your wallet, at least. Okay, reason number 10. This bike is affordable. I got a really good deal, but for 250,000 yen, I got this bike with 11,000 kilometers on the odometer, and with 250,000 they put it on a new tire. That's also including the 14,000 yen or $140 or so for 2 years of mandatory insurance. They did a basic inspection on the bike as well. You can get this bike here in Japan secondhand anywhere from around 250 to 300,000 yen, and that's a great thing. Anything that will make it easier on the wallet, anything that makes it easy for people to get into motorbiking and get a cool bike for a cheap price, that's a win in my eyes. Of course, the fuel injection model does cost more, but the carburetor version you can get for around 250,000 yen to 300,000 yen, depending on how many kilometers it's done. There are times when you can get it cheaper as well, if it's an older one or if it needs some maintenance done. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's the 10 reasons why I love the VTR250. This is a positive review. Only the good things, only the beautiful things, only the things I love. But if you want to know the ugly and the bad and the other things about this bike, stay tuned, because in my next video I'm going to talk about the 10 things I hate about the VTR250.